What's up, y'all? It's Peaches, your favorite nail tech. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm back. Today, I'm finally back. I'm so excited. I'm so glad. This is a set we went ahead and did today, and we're going to focus on how to do nails on short, bitten, but wide nail beds, okay? So first of all, let's go ahead and do our subscriber shout out. Today's subscriber goes to Lovely's Nails, subscribed since 6:07 a.m. This was some, y'all, I can't even lie, this was probably some days ago, but I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you for those who are continuing to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on them damn notifications, because if your notifications are off, how you gonna know that I'm on? Okay, pretty gang, what's popping? So you see her nails, they are bitten. They do look very small, but small can be tricky, okay? I left this part in to show you guys, although you can't see the numbers on my tips, her nails look small, but they are not as small as they seem. Because they are wide as well, it kind of makes them the same size as what you would think of a standard nail bed. So typically, I don't want to say normal, because everyone's nail beds is normal. Like, everyone thinks they hands and fingers is all messed up, when in reality they're not. Like, I've seen so many types of hands, it's crazy. But I only say standard as it, like, the most common sizes. Let's say that. So the most common sizes is where, like, the index is a 4, the ring finger is a 3, the middle is a 3, the ring finger is a 4 or 5, somewhere along there, okay? The thumb may be a 1, the pinky may be a 8, or even a 7, okay? Her nail beds are small, and they would appear as though they would be extremely smaller than that, but no, they are like what you would see typically in the most common sizes. And the reason that is because even though someone's nail beds can be short, it's the wideness that also has an effect, like I previously said. So I'm showing you guys, look how they need to fit sidewall to sidewall. And I understand it can be difficult for some people, especially because a lot of people use straighter tips, and the well of the tip, which is, you see this part that's engraved out that fits the well, that can be smaller on straight tips, I believe. These are regular tips, they're not nothing special or fancy, and typically these are more accommodating of all different types of nail beds and sizes. Now you see this tip, how it fits sidewall to sidewall. I don't have to push down. Look at the one I previously used, okay? I'm gonna show you again. You see how I have to flatten it out for it to fit down? That means it's not the correct size. If you have to push to flatten it out to meet the sidewall, see how this one just fits? That's the right size. So just a rule of thumb, if the tip is too small, and I believe the one I tried to give her is a 4, see? I went ahead and opted out for a 3. It looks like her fingernail might be like a 5 or a 4. It's not, okay? So what you don't want to do is force a tip to fit. And I understand, well, I've seen for myself soaking off other people's work, you need to make sure that they fit sidewall from sidewall. Otherwise, it's going to cause damage to their nail. Tips are not made for you to decide what size you feel that they should be, or what would be cuter, or what would be slimmer. That's not how that works. You need to choose the tip size according to what they have on their nail bed, okay? If you are not willing to do that, just please stop doing nails. Like, not even to be mean, but if you're going to try and force items to fit someone it clearly does not fit, and you're willing to risk damage, knowingly risk damage on somebody's nails, you just playing and really don't care, I'm sorry, but you, like, just stop taking clients, because there is a certain amount of care that needs to come with doing these type of services, okay? So this is the first step to properly doing short bitten nails. There are some people who may have nail beds that are smaller than this. And I'll be honest with you. There's people whose nail beds are naturally like this. She herself told me that she bites her nails, so that's why I'm putting bitten. And you can kind of see that if she would let them grow a little bit more to the edge, there would be a little more room, but nevertheless, they would still be on the smaller side. So this is pretty much the process of how I do everyone's tips. You see me flipping the hand over because that's how I double check to make sure they're all straight, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and do the thumb, and once the thumb is done, we're gonna hop right into application, okay? So I really, y'all don't know how happy I am to be back. That week felt like 3 months, okay? I'm so used to uploading every day, and being able to only do lives, y'all, that was killing me. Really, it was killing me. But you know, I feel like we could have got some more subscribers in the past week or so like we normally do, but you know what, the fact that there are still people subscribing, period, I'm happy. For those who don't know, it's my birthday month. It's March. Okay, my birthday is March 22nd, so I have a whole bunch of content coming for y'all. Y'all don't even know. I'm super excited, and I hope you guys are just as excited as well. I have some things I'm putting in the works as far as virtual one-on-ones and mentorship. I've had a lot of you guys ask when I'll be starting to do one-on-ones, etc., etc. Y'all, listen, I'm gonna put it together and present it to you guys and show y'all what's up, and we can go from there. Okay, so I'm just super excited for what March has to bring, and just where things are gonna go with YouTube. I'm really hoping to be monetized by the summertime. So far, we're on track, despite me not having a hard drive. Okay, so here we go with the colors. Now listen, let me tell you about this client. Okay, so y'all already know, if it's not nut polish, it's not nothing. We got Purple Haze, we got Second New, we got Dare You, Core White, and Core Clear by Young Nails. We switched the purple out to Blissful Purple, and the reason was, when she originally came in, she had showed me a picture like, hey, this is what I want, da 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 da. Okay, I asked her, like, you know, what's your budget? She didn't really give one. Then she switched to, she want purple and white marble, which is why we had that purple, the original one. Then she was like, you know what, never mind, it's fine. You can kind of just do whatever. I just want some French tip and some ombre. So that was the plan. Didn't end up being the plan, as you can see. We never drew the French tip on because she was like, this is fine. So that's the backstory. So you can see how small her nail beds are when she actually has a tip on. You guys need to make sure the well fits correctly. Once again, that's the area that's carved out for the nail bed to be. The nail plate to actually meet with the tip. Once that's on there, you can see this is going to be an ombre nail. I already typically put the tip color further up towards the nail plate, you know, the natural nail. But when they are so short like this, you need to put it up almost entirely. And the reason for that is because the nail bed is I'm sorry, y'all, that's not the right term. It's called a nail plate, natural nail. The nail bed is underneath the nail plate. That's what it sticks to. But because the nail is so small and so short, if I were not to put it up this high, my blend with my ombre would not be very good. I think it's a misconception that people kind of think, oh, as long as you just get it on there, like, it's gonna be fine. No, it needs to be strategically placed, because look, if I would have placed it lower, that means your ombre would have had to stretch down more. Your nude has to work harder to blend down, and you'll have to blend through clear to the purple, because wherever there's not any purple, it would just be clear. But wherever there is purple, it's going to be a seamless blend. You don't have to work too hard. And because they're on the shorter side, you want to make sure that you're able to get the type of blend that you want to get. You don't want to have to be forced to do a specific type of ombre, and it will give you a long ombre where it doesn't fade towards more the tip. That's not the look I'm going for. But if that's the look that you are going for, then go ahead and place less product where I have it at. Okay, so what I've come to learn is that people who tend to have these type of nail beds where they appear like, you know, they're short, they're wide, they're bitten, they usually generally have a lot of skin in the cuticle area. You guys know the cuticle is not the skin around the nail, it's actually the skin that grows onto the nail plate that you're removing during prep. You kind of like, they have to have a certain type of apex, and I'll show you that when we get to this nude nail, because I'm doing that nail in full. I'm not showing all 5 nails, you guys. I feel like it's not necessary. Also, I have to be at work soon, and you know, I'm trying to maximize my time, so I feel like concentrating on these 3 nails is going to give you a pretty good idea as a whole. Okay, so here we go. This one's going to be a full nail. So do you see how I'm starting up so high? Generally, I would start up where the natural nail and the tip meet when I'm doing plain nails, and just go ahead and work my way down to give it strength. When nails are like this, I typically start even higher than that, only leaving a very small space for the cuticle bead, because it maximizes your strength. The lower down you start, the less, I feel like the less strength you have, because the next bead of acrylic that I put, it's like gonna double up on top of where I already put it, you know, because the strength of the acrylic and of the nail will be in that cuticle area, and it will extend down actually to where the tip and the where the tip and the natural nail meet. People underestimate that you do need a nice amount of acrylic where the tip and the nail meet, because actually that is a danger zone. Like when you get your nails caught and things like that, that's usually where it breaks. So you need to make sure that there is strength there as well. So doing this way and this method will ensure that you do have some strength no matter what. Okay, so I'm just keeping an eye on those other two nails because the acrylic is not fully dry and I don't want to affect how the application looks. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the application was not as crisp as it could have been. Like, I feel like it's pretty good. It's not as crisp as it could have been once you guys see the application shot, but that's okay because with filing, it's gonna help. Okay, you can see how her nails keep bumping against my dapper dish. It was a lot going on, so I was like, you know what, whatever. So you can see how this cuticle bead, right? I use a kind of more medium to largish bead for her nails, and that is because the way you need to tuck the bead in to the cuticle area is kind of tricky because the apex needs to look a certain way. There's no way it can be completely flat, because I'll be honest with you, nails that are very short or bitten or etc., they need a specific type of strength. You cannot just put a small little bit of acrylic and think that's going to be it, because there's not a lot of support where the tip and the nail meet. That's the whole point of why we want to make sure there's extra strength. So that is why I use somewhat of a larger bead to kind of fill that in and give some extra strength. Now, the way I'm tucking it in, you can see I'm making sure it's all the way deep in there, because like I said, typically nails like this, they have extra skin that grows, and even though it's removed from the nail when you did prep, sometimes it likes to linger around. I don't use nippers. Sometimes I will use manicure scissors to get rid of any extra skin, but a lot of times when you do your filing and shaping, the drill itself will get rid of any extra dead skin, and it will sometimes reveal extra space. So that's why you need to really push your colors into the cuticle area, not flood them. You see, it's not flooded, but push them in, so that way when you go and file, you're not going to have any problems at all. Okay, so basically we're just making sure we have a really nice structure. I am a stickler for structure and shape. I honestly believe if you do not have the right structure in your nail, they're just not going to last. You're not going to have retention. I do use traditional nail tips, which are a natural curve. There's no way I can put a thin layer of acrylic and they're ever going to dry. It will stay flimsy. They'll never dry. So I have to have a certain type of structure. Unlike straight tips, where I feel like a lot of people just kind of put like, oh, okay, this is enough. Oh, it's dry. Can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Can't do it. How I do nails, it's not possible. Okay, which is why I talk about structure so much. So for the ombre, typically when I do it normally, I would use a larger bead to build up the apex right away and go ahead and blend down. Now, do you see how seamless this ombre is? I use smaller beads because the cuticle area is smaller. I do not want to flood. When you flood, it's not pretty to fix later. So if you do have any problems, fix it now, okay? But make sure everything is tucked in. That's why I say tuck it in and not flooding. Flooding means it's going outside the parameters of the cuticle area and the nail walls, basically. But tucking it in is making sure, you know, nothing's flooding around, nothing's loose in water. You see how everything is solid, but it's firmly tucked. If I were to lift up her eponychium, which is that skin around the nail, what you guys normally think of as the cuticle area, if I were to lift that back a little bit, you would see the tiniest little space, and that's exactly what you want to see. Okay, so I'm slowly building up the apex area and the coverage, just because you see how that apex looks, how it does kind of protrude a little bit, and it does have like a, it's much closer to the cuticle area, but because the nails are so short but they are also wide, they need a specific type of structure, and this is the one I find is the best for those who do have short or bitten nails. Okay, now here I am. I'm gonna go ahead and cap everything. I forgot to mention to y'all, this video is in real time, which is why it's so long, but you guys said you liked long videos, so we're gonna go with that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, somebody out there revving they Revenant engine, like, We just not in here doing a video, but okay, it might actually be my doggone brother. Anyway, so here we go. We are basically only capping literally for coverage because her nails are small. We don't need a lot of acrylic. We just need to be smart with what we use. Okay. So, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm checking my phone, making sure I'm keeping up with time, because I do have to go soon. Basically. So, yeah, there we go. Do you see how beautiful that ombre is? Okay. Now, if I would have had that purple further down, that nude would be even further down than what I wanted to, and also you would not see as smooth of a blend through the purple all the way through. It would be a little bit more choppy. This is my personal preference, because you see, once that cuticle area is filled right here, everything else is going to instantly blend. So when you see that, it's going to instantly blend. So no matter how far down you want your ombre, you're not going to have no troubles blending, because all the purple is there. No matter what you do, it's going to instantly blend, which is why I always do it like this. It may be different than what you're used to, but personally, this is the method I use. I don't really know too many other people who like to put their base color so far up, but I feel like, hey, as long as you thin it out towards the natural nail, it's not going to cause any bulkiness or anything like that. Now, I feel like if you're a person who does a clear layer before you do your color, which I might add is unnecessary. I don't know why people be telling y'all that it helps your nails last longer. It don't do anything different, except for you're going back and forth like 25 times with all these colors and acrylics, waiting for stuff dry. It just makes the process longer to me. But if that's how you like to do, y'all already know. If you like it, I love it. Go and do you. I'm just trying to give you some tips and tricks so you can reduce your time. Okay. So yes, here we go again, making sure everything is nice and tucked. Now the thing is, even though her nail beds are wide, okay, they are still small. Like, they still appear to look small, so you don't have to worry about her nails looking really thick and wide. As long as your application is good and you're not using too much acrylic, they're not gonna look super thick and wide. Okay, that's another thing I want to point out, but I know it can be hard. Listen, I was there. I have not been doing nails that long, and it wasn't but a year and a half ago, that I was still working on cutting down in my my bulkiness of nails. Okay, so I'm not saying it because like it's been a long time since I've been there. Like, girl, no. I just take so many clients every day, like 12 hours a day, that's my practice, and I find things every day to improve on. So I'm not saying this stuff to make it sound like I'm better or anything like that. It's because I was literally in y'all boat, just like not as long ago as you think. Okay, so the main key to making sure they do not look bulky is to take your time. You can see, I think she was my last client, to be honest. So this is why I'm just kind of like, I don't want to say lollygagging, but I'm going slower. Like, typically, like I said, I typically work 12-hour days. So by the time I get to the last client, I'm like, okay, I don't have to be on 2500 speed no more. So you can see the apex from that side angle. Did you see? It don't look thick, it don't look bad. Okay, so here's the application. And like I said, not as crisp as normal, but that's fine. So here is the next step in the process, a key crucial step. Okay, you need to make sure that the apex area is slimmed down, bulked down, sealed right. Okay, but not too thin. Do not diminish it too much. Now you can see how I hold people's fingers at a lot of different angles, because it's gonna allow you to really get into the cuticle area and really seal it off. I use a low speed. I don't like to go above 3000 RPMs. I feel like you don't need to. Okay, as long as your barrel does not stop while you're filing, you're at a good speed. Okay, so I'm not showing you guys anything other than just around the cuticle area. Typically this is where I clean up the sidewalls and enhance my C curve and things like that. but I'm just showing you this area because that's really all you guys need to focus on for this particular video. Okay, so do you see as I'm debulking that cuticle area and I'm making it more of a working a slant up to the apex instead of the apex just being right up on the cuticle area? You have to place it that way, so that way you know you have your strength, and then with filing and shaping is where you really kind of shape up your apex, so that way it looks like it's not just sitting there. Okay, so do not get discouraged if you feel like, oh, it looks bulky, it looks this and that, because this is why it's called shaping and filing. Okay, because you can use your e-file to go ahead and alter the shape of the apex, so that way you can get a nice smooth round debulked finish. And you can see from this angle, see that fingernail there, how it's a nice workup to the apex. Can you guys see? Yeah. So here we go. The last step of everything is shaping. I'm not showing too detailed into shaping. I'll probably do another updated shaping routine, but I'm gonna be honest, I've been including shaping more often in my actual videos. I do a couple of things differently now though, so sometime soon I'll probably do an updated, like another like in-depth square tutorial or something like that, because I do things just slightly differently, you know. So you can see after shaping, well, the filing portion with the e-file, the shape is already really nice and good. It got crisped up because I did go underneath and fix the sidewalls and the C curve and things like that. So that right there is going to crisp up your shape. Now you see how I am focusing, making sure that everything is debulked, but I still have my structure. Okay, and that's what this part is all about. Because with application, and I understand it may take work and it may take time to get an application that you are truly like, wow, I don't have to do much shaping with, and that's okay, because it takes time. Like I said, it took me at least a year before I got to that point. Okay, that's at least, until I got to the point where filing was easier, and then probably another 6 to 7 months to where I got to the point of like, no, wow, my shape is very crisp. Okay, so it's a continuing learning process, and people is a doggone lie if they don't tell you that. Okay, because every day something can be changed and fixed. So yeah, this is the point where I am just continuing to fix any things that I see that I kind of don't like. And I mean, after this, you're gonna see the final results. Okay, so I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Thank you so much, y'all, for continuing with the kind words and people telling me they've been binge watching my videos. I know I have been slacking on the content because my G drive, damn it, no, it didn't explode. It expired though. My hard drive expired. I've got a new one. I'm super duper excited to get back with the content, you guys. I will be giving y'all another video tonight. Okay, so stay tuned, turn on your notifications, and once again, I really just appreciate y'all. Like, I really do. Y'all have no idea how hard I've been working to make sure you guys like my content, and I'm so glad that you do. So once again, here is the results of shaping. Okay, oh, I guess I didn't put it there, but okay, yeah, here we go. Here's the final result shaping, and again, the final results of the video itself, final product. And as usual, you guys, we're back, and I will see y'all in the next one.